I've been threatening to do this for a long time. Never actually done it. I think I'm going to try it out today. We're at the end of day 1 at Gettysburg. So far, with the Confederates, I've attacked and moved pretty much like they did historically. We've gotten similar results, plus or minus some die rolls. These are the losses so far today. We've got one more turn of daylight left. As you'll recall, Ewell's 2nd Corps was deployed along here in the north at Gettysburg. Hill's 3rd Corps was down around here. When Longstreet came in, he deployed along here to the south and then threatened the Round Tops. At the end of this turn, the rest of Ewell's column arrived here, coming down the, what is that, Chambersburg Pike? Up till now, I'm not committed. I'm going to try a different plan here for Gettysburg. As this column marches in, instead of just deploying them here with the rest of Ewell's corps, I'm going to shoot them over here along the Hanover Road. In fact, during the night, I'm going to shift the rest of Ewell's corps over into here. I'm going to shift Hill's 3rd Corps up north, where Ewell is now. And remember, Longstreet's going to be coming in through the night, so as Longstreet comes in, I'm going to put Longstreet here where on Seminary Ridge, where Hill is now. I'm going to use Ewell here as my main offensive effort. I'm going to drive him this way into the Army of the Potomac. What worries me about this plan a little bit is I've got to draw supply from Chambersburg here, right? So that doesn't give Longstreet much room for error. When Longstreet comes in, he's really got to hold that. But hey, Longstreet liked being on the defensive, right? Well, now's his chance. If things start getting a little troublesome, hopefully if the Union does actually push and try to cut my supplies here, by the time they start to get anywhere, hopefully Stuart will be arriving. And I should be able to bring Stuart around in here and block off and screen and help protect our supply line there. This should be fun to see where this goes in day 2. Let's see what happens. So here we are at daybreak. One thing I noticed about the night move is that the chip pull timing is very critical to pulling this maneuver off. Think about it. Ewell's 2nd Corps has to move first to get out to here. 3rd Corps has to move second to get out of the way, so that Longstreet can come in 3rd to come in behind him. If that sequence gets messed up, guess what? You've got a big, huge traffic snarl that's probably going to take you a turn or two through dawn to get sorted out, right? Gee, you having flashbacks of your days back in the Army? Yep, that's exactly what goes on. That's really cool about this system. I haven't seen other games that quite capture the reality of that. Another key component is that ideally you want to move after the Yankees do, right? If Ewell has to move first and shoots over here, then they can see what you're doing and start reacting through the rest of the night move. So ideally you want at least some of the key Federal corps to move first, then Ewell, then hopefully Hill, and then Longstreet. That was the cat leaping off the table. There are all kinds of things that can go wrong with executing this plan. It's a lot more complicated maneuver than I thought. Here's something I didn't expect. This is the Federal Artillery Reserve that comes in during the night. They're looking pretty vulnerable with Ewell sitting right here. Now they should have time to react and get out of there in the morning. Imagine if this was Jeb Stuart. That could have been real ugly. Let's start working through day 2 and see where this takes us. We're at the end of turn 1 here. Wadsworth was backed up by a detachment here on Cemetery Hill. Reynolds meant to pull them back and replace them with a full division to support. But he forgot. In his defense, he did go first, so Hill attacked after Reynolds could do anything. So Hill attacked afterwards. It was too late to switch him out. Wadsworth got smacked. They've got a toehold on Cemetery Hill, but I'm not too worried. I got plenty of people to counterattack. I'll throw them back. Confederates had a little bit of a snafu up here. Hill moved first. He thought he put people over here where he needed to cover. He could have put more, but he decided to rally them back there instead. Trouble is, once Ewell moved second and marched out, this line here ended up being a little bit thinner than I had planned on. Hill is really supposed to be up in this area strong, and instead a lot of Heth and Pender's people are back here still. This is the kind of timing snafu that you could really get hurt by in this game. If only Napoleon was here with the guard, he'd smash through here in a heartbeat, wouldn't he? Hopefully we'll be able to keep Meade contained. Sykes could be a little bit more aggressive here with 5th Corps. But then I thought, well, we're not on the offensive. We just need to hold the Confederates and hunker down, right? He was able to get Ayers and Crawford in the woods, Barnes couldn't get up into the woods here. It's too close. So he's back here in the clear. I don't like that. He's going to try to get some artillery down here from the reserve to bolster that center. Trouble is, can they get there before Ewell attacks? Not likely. Hill moves first. Reynolds tries to jump ahead of him to counterattack up here on Cemetery Hill. He fails. Howard's close by. So he actually is able to get Schurz to react and get over here first and counterattack Anderson. If Howard didn't make it, Meade's right here, so he could have rolled to intercede too. Or even Hancock, or heck, even, who is that, Slocum or Sickles? Sickles with the 3rd Corps, yeah, Sickles. This is the advantage of the interior lines. Lee couldn't even roll again for Hill because he's too far away. This is still going to be a tough fight for the Union. As they're counterattacking, they don't get any train benefit, so it's just going to be a straight up fight here. Effectively clear terrain. They've got to get that position back though. Hancock tried to advance cautiously over here, but he still got outmaneuvered and trashed by Hood's Texans. So I think he's just going to pull back and hunker down here for a bit. Lots of heavy fighting over here on the right, lots of losses both sides. They were already pretty thin, now they're even thinner. Meade was thinking of pulling out Buford and sending him around to flank on the left and go after the Confederate supply lines. Now that this is looking so fragile, I think we're going to need him over here. The rest of the cav won't get here till night. I don't think I realized how devastating the combat was over here last turn. Neither side has unpacked any baggage over in this area. Everything's still real fluid here, so we don't know what's going to happen yet. Slocum's 12th Corps is ineffective. They can't rally anyways. I'm looking at Ewell's Corps here, and guess what? He just went ineffective too. He can't rally either. So that last big attack about blew out our corps for the day. I like how we've got the Union stretched out here. Problem is we're stretched out and thin too. We don't have enough concentration to make that work for us. I hate to do this, but I think we're going to have to reel this in a little bit. We can't defend this strung out like that. One issue that I'm having here with the Union is that I've only got 2 baggage trains. That's not enough for a line spread out like this. Hancock belted out some good losses on the Confederates, but his corps is all spent now, so I've pulled him back, but now I can't rally him because I don't have any baggage. Sedgwick won't get here with the rest of the baggage till turn 6. Slocum's got 12th Corps baggage here, but they haven't even unpacked yet. Slocum's corps is already ineffective. 5th Corps is too far away to rally from there. And I don't want to bring the train all the way out to here to unpack. This is still pretty squirrely along here. So right now I've got quite a mess. I need a train on the left, I need a train on the right, I need one in the middle, but I've only got 2, and I've only got 1 unpacked. If we don't get this sorted out soon, the rebels could start inflicting a ton of casualties on the Potomac. Well, it's high noon at Gettysburg, day 2. Hood struck Hancock's corps over here in the Peach Orchard. Seems like he should have done better, but fate wasn't with him. He did destroy Gibbon's division, but was pushed back. Longstreet's corps is spent, but that's okay because they can rally. They've got baggage right here. They're not ineffective. They're still in good fighting condition. Hill made another attack in the center, got pushed back. Ewell didn't have enough really to attack with here, but boy, the Potomac left such a juicy target he couldn't resist. He attacked. Finished off what was left of 12th Corps. Sent 5th Corps running back. But Ewell is paper thin here. These pieces are actually detachments. Worked for now, but 5th Corps is actually in range of the baggage now. So I think it makes sense now for the Potomac to go ahead and move this baggage down here and actually unpack it. So then we'll have some in the center and some on our right. We need to hold this no matter what. So once Sedgwick arrives, we can put our other baggage over here, and then we can start rallying Hancock's corps. This is a very plausible Battle of Gettysburg. You can't do this with most games because the map ends right here. What do you think of this situation? Would you stay a second day if you were the Union? If they can hang on till nightfall, they could pack up and just withdraw. Right now they're ahead by 2 points. That's not much, but it's better than losing on a third day, right? They've got good defensive terrain over here. Over here, the ground's kind of mixed. It's it's mostly clear. On the other hand, the rebels are pretty anemic. They don't have much left to attack with. The rest of the cav arrives during the night. The Union cav comes up from this direction. Jeb Stuart actually comes down from the north here. I think the advantage there is going to be with the Union. They're going to make contact first, and they can start pushing and turning this flank real quick. Now this is a fun strategy to test out. I really like the Jackson and Stuart variants with this too. Now you're not going to be able to halt the Lee in his tracks at Gettysburg if either of them are there. But you can fight a respectable delaying action, right? And get out with some dignity and honor intact. Hopefully, that's not easy either. Hope you enjoy this video.